welcome you back live to the Monroe High School gym. First game of the doubleheader, it's in the books. And the boys of Monroe beat the boys of Mariner 41-37. So the Monroe Bearcats advance and play in the semifinals on Saturday against Snohomish. Mariner will go into the losers bracket and play next Tuesday night at Everett Community College against the loser of tomorrow night, or tonight's game, Saturday's game between Jackson and either Kamiak or Cascade. Still to come, second game of the doubleheader, the Mount Vernon Bulldogs and the Monroe Bearcats on the girls' side. Welcome back, Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler. We're joined here in the broadcast location by Nate DuChesne, the athletic director, head coach, player. We've called you on the air about every way, haven't you? Athletic director at Mariner High School.
Yeah, I'm assistant principal athletic director.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And we remember calling you when you actually played.
Yeah, it's nice to hear the familiar voices 30 years ago. It's great.
It was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this game. And you mentioned off air, it's kind of hard to watch when you've coached for so many years to be sitting in the stands, right?
It is, yeah. It was a good game. Defensive battle, little tight, I think, both teams, but came down to the wire and missed a couple shots there, but Monroe's a scrappy team. They did a good job.
You know, we talked so much with coaches and players, and is it different when you get to the playoffs? Is there a different, either as a coach or as a player, or both?
I think it is a little bit, especially in this situation. This is the third time they played each other. They know each other very well. Baskets are hard to come by, and you're playing every possession's important. The team that toughs it out at the end, takes care of the ball, makes some shots, is going to win.
You know, we've been talking about the district tournament, the fact that after these opening round games, everything goes to Everett Community College. And a little bird told me that you had a lot instrumental in making all that happen.
Well, one of the things that we miss out, I think, in our district is a true neutral site. And coming together with boys and girls in the same site. And Everett Community College has such a nice facility. Larry Walker's just a basketball junkie. He wants to sit in the gym and watch basketball the whole day. So he really helped get us there. But it's going to be a fun atmosphere. And now that we just have a one-and-done regional situation, It's even that much more nice to have that situation.
And pretty exciting. You lose a longtime great football coach in John Onderzak, but you come up with probably the find of the year, one of the best football coaches in the state of Washington. Talk a little bit about hiring Mark Stewart.
Well, Mark lives in our neighborhood over by Mariner. He was at Meadowdale for a lot of years. He and John Onderzak are good friends. He's always had intrigue with the job, and when John started talking about possibly retiring, Mark was around a lot. He came into our weight room last year. We had some good conversations, and we got him in the building as a teacher, and that's important.
Oh, excellent.
And he's ready to take over. He's excited.
Talk a little bit about the challenges of Mariner High School. And I know I don't even know what the numbers would be, how much of a turnover there is, because it's pretty transient population around there.
Yeah, we have about 500 to 600 students come in and out of our school every year.
Wow.
So there's a real transient population, probably 80-85%, dual housing, apartment housing, and stuff like that. But they're great kids, and they work hard. One of the challenges that we saw right away was our kids don't play year-round club sports. And so when you compete, especially like in our female sports, soccer, basketball, fast pitch, it's very challenging when they don't have that year-round club activity. So what we've tried to do is bring in a strength and conditioning coach to go after school with the kids. We've revamped the weight room. We're going to try to get our kids stronger and faster, and then try to get them into some type of club situations as well.
We talked the other night on the Prep Sports Weekly Show with Mark Perry, athletic director at Snohomish, and we were talking about district tournament and whether you want to combine with somebody else. I mean, the Western Conference could combine. When you played, it was West King or the West Sea King.
Yep.
And he said, and sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Is that
it really
true for
depends
you too?
on the sport.
Yeah.
With basketball, the Kingco with Garfield and Franklin, they were in it for a while.
Right.
It was a really tough deal. We were a little concerned we wouldn't get a team coming out of there. It has its pluses and minuses. I think one of the deal that would be fun is you see teams that you don't play in the regular season. It'd be a great tournament.
In fact, that's one of the things that we've talked about, because I get asked that. How come we're playing the same teams we already played? Well, because we're up here.
Yeah.
And we're also not the West Central where they've got 27, 28 games.
Right. It's something we're going to bring up at our postseason basketball meeting with all the coaches. If it's something we want to revisit, we have one more year in this rotation with the way it is, but the following year, that's a possibility.
And we were also talking then about the differing populations. You know, you lose Arlington, but you gain a school, and, you know, is that going to all level out here, or how does it look?
It's hard to know. There is something on the WIAA ballot to go 4-year rotations instead of 2. So we may have our leagues a little bit more stable for 4 years instead of turning over so much.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for being with us.
All right. Thank you guys for all you do.
You bet. There you go. That's Nate DuChesne, Athletic Director at Mariner. Unfortunately,